Sean from Seattle, Washington, is just wondering, you guys, is Half-Life 3 ever going to come out?
No.
Yes. Yes, someday.
No.
A new Half-Life game and concept will be released eventually. There is no world where it's going to be called Half-Life 3.
I bet it'll be fan-made.
It's just not happening. Okay.
Some guy,
Period.
some young dude is going to be hired at Valve, and he's going to grab those reins, and everyone's going to laugh him off, and then it's going to be like a Rudy story where he finally gets development completed on Half-Life 3.
This is not going to happen.
The lead designer of Half-Life 3
Have you
is
seen
still in
Rudy?
diapers.
Yeah, he plays a single game, and
He gets tackled or he gets knocked out.
We're gonna get one level of Half-Life 3.
So you're looking for like a Mr. Smith Goes to Washington style filibuster of a new 21-year-old being hired at Valve and then saying, hear ye, move ye mobile desks this way.
Yes.
We're developing it yonder.
Yeah, they're like 30% done right now, and they've lost all steam on no pun intended, lost all steam on making the game. And this guy's gonna come in and he's gonna be like, guys, we gotta finish Half-Life. I can't do it good.
And Gabe's just like, what are we gonna do? We need some new energy. And then this young Jimmy Stewart type figure.
You could do your Jimmy Stewart starting up.
Half-Life 3. That's just turning into Nicolas Cage.
If every developer and publisher left Steam and did their own services, and Valve was left with no service,
they might have to make a game.
They might have to make a game again.
It's like it's nothing but Android ports. We have to do something.
Okay. So
hire a 21-year-old.
So everyone stop buying Steam games.
Available only on Linux.
Right? Don't partake in the sales. Just don't buy any more Steam games. So Valve is forced to make Half-Life.
Foolproof plan.
Yeah,
we can do it.
Dan Tack,
Teamwork.
the next game released with the words Half-Life in it.
Sure.
What year is that going to be?
You mean a Valve? This is a Valve product, so not something a mod somebody made.
Maybe it's an outside developer, but Valve sanctioned, right?
Valve sanctioned.
Yeah, Valve sanctioned.
Probably this year. Probably this year, maybe.
2017.
Yeah, just if you said Valve sanctioned, so that can happen after the fact. So it'll be like Half-Life stories. It'll be some developers loved, especially like small indie guys. They love to cut their teeth on a Valve.
Now that we've given people
on a
the
Half-Life
idea,
experience.
Do you guys remember?
You're implying like it's an actual Half-Life game from Valve.
I'm not.
No.
So you're saying something like Black Mesa is going to happen.
Yes. Yeah.
That's probably a safe bet.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember? There's a game called Renegade Ops that Avalanche created, the creators of Just Cause, and one of the characters in the Steam version of it is Gordon Freeman. You can like drive around with head crabs and stuff in this little car. It's just this weird. Valve licenses their properties out more than you realize.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying someone will make something that gets the stamp.
Yeah, I mean, there might be a point where Gabe and co are like, you know what? Let's just let other people make our games.
I think that happened 7 years ago.
They tried to that for episode 3, and it all fell through.
Well, yeah, there's
the Arcane.
Arcane was trying,
4,
but I think like legitimate, like we got to get these stuff.
I think they thought about that a long time, and they've hit dead ends along that way. But
I think they're super picky, is what I would guess, and so maybe there's been a few prototypes out there that they've just been like,
I bet. I was thinking about this the other day. How many like fun game prototypes are sitting in game vaults? Like think of like Blizzard. Is there I was thinking about this specifically in Overwatch, like looking at the dumb little arcade games they have in Hanamura. But like, do you think there is a Blizzard fighting game that's
I'm sure they've tried it. Absolutely.
And somewhere something's playable that's a Blizzard fighting game.
Sure.
What do you think there's a Blizzard rhythm game somewhere on some server that someone was prototyping?
Absolutely.
Do you think every genre?
Yeah, I probably do. I'm sure.
That's so crazy to think about.
I'm going to reveal something here.
Oh, Lord.
I was actually chasing a story on Half-Life 3, trying to figure out what happened.
There we go.
You and what army?
And I'm not making this up, by the way. You guys know this. Here's a screenshot. But I talked to one developer who actually gave me legitimate information there and told me it was a hot mess. Like there's so many different prototypes that were small teams, 4 or 5 people working on them that just never got off the ground, but said 2 of the directions they were going in. I kid you not. This is a real thing that apparently happened. One was going to be like an RTS game for Half-Life 3 or Episode 3, whatever they're going to call it. It was going to change the script. Another one involved live actors, and it was going to be like a new type of kind of adventure action game with actual actors, kind of like Night Trap, but far advanced. They were actually working. Apparently, they were working on these things.
But do you know what level of working on it? Is it
again? It was like 4 or 5 people.
Okay,
and they were going to call it Attack of the Clones.
Is that right?
Yeah.
The first thing he told me, like when I was talking on the phone, it was like, you're chasing unicorns. Like these, like this is good luck. And I tried.
Money.
I reached out to like 10 to 15 people that had left the company
Sure.
to try to get info, and they just do not want to talk about it. Like had people that were working on working on episode 3, did interviews in the past about episode 3 when it was a thing, did not want to talk about it at all.
There's some sort of gag order going on there. You think
Yeah.
someone
We'll
would
have
squeal
some
at
pictures
some
of
point?
people, some shitty pictures of all of his employees.
It just ended up being dead end after dead end after
Right.
dead end for this story, and,
And
it's
that's the reason the story's not out there.
Yeah, I was so excited when I got one, and it was like, this is crazy town. But maybe I'll release that interview at some point.
I think that's a good idea. Thank you so much for watching this excerpt from the Game Informer Show podcast. You can click right here if you want to subscribe and listen to the audio version of the full show. Full episodes air every Thursday, and they feature Game Informer editors sitting around talking about the biggest reviews, previews. We talk about exclusive impressions of Game Informer's cover stories. We have long-form developer interviews, everything that's great in gaming. So every Thursday, be sure to check it out.